Hey guys, in this video I will give you some general advice for first 4 centers in Hoya method, and then I will show you 5 walkthrough solves on first 4 centers. So let's get started. Okay, so most important tip is to be in core neutral as much as you can. What I mean by that is if you are white cross solver only on 3x3, you should be able to solve any center position with white center on the bottom. So you should be able to start with orange red first or blue green first. Then there is an option that you can solve two colors like me. I'm solving yellow and white cross on 3x3, and I do the same thing on Hoya method, and it works really good. And if you are full color neutral, you could do color neutrality on Hoya, but I think that's not a big difference between dual color neutrality, because when I do white or yellow cross, I can start with green, blue, orange, red, and then I could do any center and the adjacent center to that, because it will give me white or yellow center solved. And if you're doing color neutral solves, you have two more centers what you can do at first, so it's white and yellow, but I think it's not a big difference. And yeah, I will be talking about white and yellow centers later. Okay, so good thing to do is to prepare your next centers when you are doing your first two centers. So I will show you some basic examples, and the first one is when you are finishing and you do the second center. In this case I have the line here and these two, and the most efficient way is solve it like this, but it breaks this yellow. So the better way for preparing to the next center is to solve it like this, and then solve like this, and you save this yellow so you can immediately go and solve yellow center. Second example is just basically the same thing. If I solve this green and I do last moves, I could do one extra move to save this bar, and then I could solve blue center with saving this bar really easily, and then I have really easy yellow center. And the last example, sometimes I use this because it gives me some extra time for inspection. So when I saw two bars, and it doesn't matter if it must be adjacent, so I plan the opposite center to the green because this is my cross color, and then only what I need to find is the next green bar, and I solve it, and I know that white is in front of me. So I plan the blue here. It's really easy, just you this and then this, and then only thing what I need to focus is the green, and I usually find it in inspection too, and then I just solve it like this, and I have white center here, and I could immediately go for the last two centers, or the next two centers, because last two centers are these two. Okay, so when we are talking about saving things, we also can save edges of the cross, and for example in this case we have almost blue center done and yellow blue edge. It could be yellow red, it doesn't matter. So what I can do is try to solve my centers in the order that don't destroy this. Also, it's important to solve your centers with the yellow color on the bottom, because then this is useless. So for example here it's really easy, I just solve this center, then I solve my green center. Here I have already made bar, then one move and insert, and then what I do usually is solve the next center and connected it with this edge, and the most of the time I solve the cross center, but it depends on case. For example here I would connect this to that center, then pair up, and then I just can easily solve the rest of the first four centers, and I'm sure that I will not destroy this. So like this. I highly recommend it to do this only when it is very easy, because it can mess up your solve in the beginning, and that's not good thing. Right, so let's make some quick recapitulation. The most important thing is color neutrality, and the second very important thing is to solve your centers in a way that you save something, because that saves your moves, and your centers are so much more pauseless. Uh, Also, it's really good to be able to solve your first two centers adjacent to each other, not opposite to each other. For example, the inventor of this method solves most of the time his centers completely randomly, so adjacent to each other most of the time, and he is really fast. So now I will show you some example solves of the centers, and I hope I will show you some another tricks. Okay, so before example solves, I will give you some tip which not many people likes to hear. It's to be good to use Yao. So that's good because sometimes you get really bad cases, and sometimes you get stupid easy scrambles for white and yellow. So it's really good to know how the Yao method works and to be able to solve it with almost same speed as with Hoya method. So I average like 4 or 5 seconds slower with Yao, but when Yao is really easy, I could get same time like with Hoya method. And sometimes scramble looks like this. Yesterday I got scramble when I get 2 centers solved, and it was white and yellow, so it's really no chance to do Hoya method. So I did Yao method, and because I had 2 center skip, I get almost same time with Hoya, like with Hoya method. So the really good thing is to be able to solve with Yao and to use advantage of white and yellow centers. Okay, so in this example solve I will start with red and orange, and I will start with pairing these 2 red pieces, and I will pair this up by using a slice move because it doesn't move this. Then I will solve it like this, and then I will pair these 2 up in the order that don't destroy this blue bars, so it's like this, and it solves this blue. Then, because I know that blue and red it's connected with white center, so I do white immediately after that, and it's really easy. So these centers were really easy, and sometimes you get really easy cases when you are color neutral. Okay, so in the second scramble I will do also red and orange, and I will save this yellow bar. It's really easy. So I would solve red like this, and then I would move this one here to make the another bar, and then I would solve these 2 like this. And since I saved this yellow, I know that, and I will rotate like this, and then I know that it's 1 move to solve, and green is in the back, so I look quickly how it looks, and it makes bars, so I just move the bar to the left, and then finish the back center, and I have first 4 centers. Okay, here in this example I would solve this, not solved, I would save this edge, and it's because it's 1 move to solve, and I know this yellow center will be saved too, so it's really easy to save this as well. So first I will do D move to line these 2, then I will solve this edge to here, or move this edge to here, then solve this like that, and then I would just do U because these 2 are the last, and if I solve it like this I will destroy my edge, so I will just move and then do this. Then because I have this, I will connect it to the yellow center like that, and then I will solve the rest. So I know that orange is in the back, and it's more convenient to solve center in the back, so I will just do this F prime and then solve the yellow, and then I have these 2. Okay, so in this scramble I will solve red and orange first, and I will solve red first, so I will just move this one here, then move the red one here, then solve this, and when I plane this in inspection I know that 3 orange pieces will be in the top, in the bottom, so I rotate and solve it like that. I notice this white, so I will do white cross, and I notice this blue, but I can solve it, those 2 like this, and it makes half centers, and then I would solve these 2 bars. So blue bar is really easy, and one by white bar also. So that's also a useful technique. It's like in Yao method, but you solve only 2 bars, and that's really easy. Okay, finally I have something harder because I have no bars, but it's actually doesn't mean that it's harder. So in this scramble I would do red, I would make the 1 bar like this, then I would save this edge, and then I would save this part, these two like this. Then I know that orange bar is made here. I also know this one here, so I would solve probably this one like this, then move this soft edge, and then solve the orange. I know that it's white, so I will solve white cross, and I know that blue is at the back when red is here, so I will solve this blue bar like this, then I will rotate it like this, and I notice this white, so I move the white here and I make a half centers, then I move it down. I will probably solve blue first, and then once I solving that I will save this white, and luckily I get another edge, so I could solve it like this. Okay, so that's the last example. Okay, so in this video I showed you more beginner stuff, but still I hope you like it. I will focus on cross edges in next videos, and yeah, so hope you like this video, and bye.